Ho and another ho. Welcome to my guests, all hoes. And we are doing our top 10 favorite Christmas TV episodes. As you can see, we are keeping in the spirit of things with My Christmas Jumper, Yippee Ki Mother Fudger, Santa Claus, and the other two. It was very last minute, so it's all good. Welcome to the stream, Lair. Lovely to have you with us. And okay, so by the way, when I say TV, because Cheeto asked me earlier about if YouTube videos count that are kind of Christmassy stuff, I said yeah, because YouTube is a TV medium, so it could be anything from YouTube that's like Christmas themed as well. We're not. Oh no, no, down you go, Kate. You're not getting the attention now. You've had your attention all day. Okay. On that note, we're going to get started with the best 10 best Christmas. Well, it doesn't have to be 10, however many you've got, TV specials or TV episodes. And I'm not going to go first. I'm going to let Cheeto go first and work our way around, and I'll come to me.
All right, so mine are in no particular order, so just bear with me here. So one of the first one that came to mind actually was one that I grew up with was the Full House Stuck in an Airport Christmas special. It was very cheesy, very very kind of corny, but it still hit those good Christmas vibes. And for a young little white straight stupid boy like me, it made me feel good.
All right.
So the next one of the next ones I have is it's actually a YouTube one, but a lot of people who have ever watched any Dragon Ball probably knows this is a Team 4-star Dragon Ball abridged Christmas Tree of Might. And what it is if you haven't seen it, you have to watch it, even if you're not a Dragon Ball fan. They basically take,
I have actually seen that one.
Oh yeah, they take Dragon Ball, they redub it over with comedy, and it's just absolutely excellent and funny. So that I love that one. It's a lot of fun. One of the other ones, this one's kind of, I haven't watched a lot of The Office, but I did watch this one with some friends. And honestly, that probably is what made it more memorable. But The Office, the Christmas party special, I don't remember the one at the Christmas party where they get drunk and everything like
the US Office.
Huh? Yeah, the US Office. Yes, the one with Steve Carell.
Yeah.
Another couple that come to mind, and these are all animated, is Dexter from Dexter's Laboratory versus Santa. That was a great episode of Dexter's Laboratory. The Powerpuff Girls Christmas, which ends up in a fight in the North Pole, and the Animaniacs Christmas special.
That was a good one. No, I have to go and rewatch that. Yeah.
A lot of mine are animated, just because I think a lot of the animated ones are really good. The Simpsons, I believe it's the very first episode actually, is the Santa's Little Helper one.
Santa's Little Helper.
Yeah. Isn't that the first episode? I thought it was.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, like Bart gets a tattoo and they have to get laser removal, so now there's no money for Christmas. It was back in the like early 90s. That's like, it was like 1990, 1989. Like that was
89,
like,
I think.
That was not
89.
Like that was not something that you would see on a cartoon on TV. But like a kid having to get laser, removal from, so that was great. One of my other top tier ones is going to be The Simpsons, or not The Simpsons, sorry, Community's Claymation Christmas. I don't remember what the actual title of the episode was.
But... Oh yeah, I remember that episode. Yeah, that's pretty clever.
Mm-hmm. One of my other ones is 30 Rock, the Ludachristmas. It was just a goofy little throw it all on its head, and watching Jack Donaghy and his mom like kind of rip the Lemon family apart was just so funny. Like they all it's like those perfect families, and you just want to see them like rip each other apart. I loved it. It was so amazing. Okay. And then my all-time favorite, it is animated, and I just love this episode so much. It is the Justice League animated show, Comfort and Joy. This is the episode where Martian Manhunter and Superman go back to Smallville for Christmas. The Flash is trying to find a rare toy, kind of like a Jingle All the Way type thing, where he's trying to find a toy for some orphans, and he runs into, I think it's Gorilla Grodd. I think it's one of those like the really smart enemies, and there's just really good moments in it, and it's a little cheesy. And then Hawkgirl and Green Lantern get into a massive bar fight on another planet, and it's just, it was a very character driven episode, and it was very, very well told. And that's actually like literally probably my favorite episode of Christmas at all. I know everyone's probably going to be shocked that X-Men, the Christmas special, is not on there, but I thought honestly that was garbage. I really did. It was a little bit too corny for me, believe it or not.
Fascist.
Fascist, right? So that's it. I mean, that's no particular order except for the last one. Just for some reason, man, I was almost in tears watching that episode when I was younger, just because it's my heroes and it's a good character-driven story, and it just was good. So,
all right, fair enough. Get rid of my cat. Fuck, go away, you silly bitch. Move.
oh, fine, I'll go. Jeez, oh, Pete's.
Yeah, go. I can edit this out. Fucking hell. She's always hunting for food, or every time I stream, you know what cats are like, they want the attention. Okay. Zam. That was a nice list, Cheeto.
Thank you.
I think you mean Xantar.
Sorry, Xanta.
Well, first of all, hi. Merry Christmas, my friends. It's good to be back. And I only have a list of 5 because, I've been watching TV for thousands of years now. And I can't remember everything. It's just, there's such a long list of stuff to watch. But here are my 5. First of all, at number 5, we have what I think we could all agree on: the Guardians of the Galaxy Christmas special on Disney Plus. How amazing was that last year, huh? It was the greatest thing I've ever seen in my entire life.
That's
I
actually an
loved it
honorable
so-
mention of mine. That one almost made my list, but I just had other things.
I know, especially Ginger and Gary, how much I remember last year when we were talking about it, how much you loved it so much. Yes, for sure. Uh, an excellent series that gave me the Christmas vibe, and probably, in my opinion, some of the best work Marvel has done in recent years. Okay, the next one at number 4 is, because me, I got a bit of a belly, and so I like to watch food, and so I like watching Gordon Ramsay's Christmas cooking specials. Him making a giant pig in a
nice. That's out the
blanket,
box.
and when cooking all these sort of Christmassy type of foods. I could I could watch that stuff all day. It gets me, right in the feels, baby. And yeah, it is very, very good. Now, at number 3, there's a series I've been watching on Disney Plus called The Bear, and episode 6 or season 2 of The Bear is a Christmas special. It's also 1 hour long. Has lots of cameos in it. It has the actor from Better Call Saul doing a cameo. It has Jamie Lee Curtis in there. Um, God, I forgot the name. The guy who plays the Punisher, that actor, he's in there too.
John Bernthal.
All the so playing all doing cameo roles in that particular episode, and it's a flashback episode set on Christmas Day where they're having their dinner, and it feels like you're watching a play on television. There's so much going on, so much talking activity, and the stress. Jamie Lee Curtis being the mom, actually trying to make all of this big banquet of food, constant dishes. The whole kitchen is fucking up. She's getting drunk every time. Like every time you see her, she's downing another glass of wine, and she's getting intoxicated, trying to cook all of this food, and all of these different shenanigans and relationships are happening with all these different characters. It's a fascinating watch, and then lo and behold, like at the very end of the episode where they're finally around the dinner table, and shit kicks off because they start to piss each other off, as they do when all these different family members sit around the table and certain topics come up and they piss each other off and they want to fucking kill each other. It was great. It was really, really great. Fantastic episode. I really recommend it. If you love your food and you just like watching decent drama without too much shenanigans, but just watching people living their daily lives, The Bear is a very good show, and this episode was top notch. Now, just to ground things a little bit, the South Park Christmas special for my number 2. The episode where they brought Christmas to the Middle East. You remember that one? And I want to bring, and I am Christmas pretty much in the Middle East myself.
We got a
you have
red
to send
sleigh down.
South
We
Park.
got a red sleigh down.
Yeah, exactly. And I like the episode as well. You saw the Middle Eastern version of South Park kids, and and then bringing Christmas to them. And obviously, I think the Santa Claus, my doppelganger, he's been taken hostage and stuff, and he finally gets free, and he's like, yeah, shooting Christmas bombs and miracles all over the people. Because the thing with Christmas, for me, and I think for everyone now, it's a cultural thing, not a religious thing. And I very much appreciated that aspect. You could be from anywhere in the world, any religion in the world, and celebrate this event that the whole world likes to get involved in every year. I love it. Great stuff. Now, finally, when I was a wee little Zenta, there was a cartoon I watched called He-Man. And we had the He-Man and She-Ra, the He-Man She-Ra Christmas special. Now, I'm not sure if many people know this, but He-Man is actually Adam, is actually half human. His mother is from Earth. She was an astronaut that ended up on Eternia somehow. And so she remembers
God.
Christmas.
I
It's
think
such a
that's
long
been
time
very-
ago, but it happened such a long time ago, and regardless, some kids from Earth end up on Eternia too, and they bring the Christmas spirit with them. And let me remind myself, Shira's villain is called Hordak, and he's like a cross between Skeletor and a fucking stormtrooper, the way he looks. And
That's
he's
right,
far
yeah.
more he's far more dangerous than Skeletor. And in a way, the Christmas spirit, to a degree, it engulfs, with the love of the children, it captures Skeletor's heart, and he becomes like the Grinch that saved Christmas, because even he becomes a good guy just for a little moment, and and all is good, because if Christmas can change somebody like Skeletor, then Christmas is a good thing, and he stops with the help of He-Man and She-Ra. All three of them, they stop Hordak from ruining Christmas in Eternia. A great episode. A lovely episode. And it gives me the feels every time I think about it. So yes, this is my number one. I recommend people out there, fill up your nostalgia boots. Look for that episode. It's very good, and it'll make you cry very, very much. And that's my list, my friend.
That was a very nice list, Sam. That was a
Xanta.
solid list. Usually with you, I've got my head in my hands and all of that. No, I'm just kidding. That was a great list. Gary, let's have yours.
Okay, I'll go from 10 to 1. Okay, number 10, The Grinch Who Stole Christmas, the TV film.
Yep.
Brilliant. Looked at Tex Avery and Boris Karloff. Amazing. Now, some of these might be British, so are American.
That's on my list too.
The Vicar of Dibley, the Christmas one where they have to have like loads of Christmas deal dinners and stuff like that. I love that episode. The one that Cheeto just mentioned about Dexter's Laboratory versus Santa. I love that. Number 7, Bottom Christmas Special, where they basically believe that they had the second coming of Christ. I thought it was funny. I think Always Sunny did a Christmas episode, and I think that was quite good from what I recall.
They did, yeah, but I didn't like it.
I thought it was all right. The Simpsons Christmas specials, all of them until I'd say about 2000 were all bloody awesome. I like them. Only Fools and Horses, the Christmas special, fucking tremendous. The Holiday Armadillo episode of Friends. I know Friends is now okay to hate, but I love this episode because it deals with Ross's frustration of not being able to talk to his son about his religious holiday, which is Hanukkah. And he gets through the entire time, he's trying to tell him about it, and he's having to overcome Christmas, and he finally tells him about it. And and that's what I like about it. It's like he finally gets to tell his son about it. His son is enthused about it and stuff like that, and I really like it and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's a good episode because as well, like when Monica's like, yeah, keep the suit to Chandler. She's like, she's gonna bang Santa.
Number two, the royal family Christmas, where Denise gives birth and stuff like that, and like there are tears on the toilet. That just gets me in the feels. And number one for me is the snowman. Just absolutely brilliant, silent cartoon. If people, I know the Americans in the room haven't seen this. If you haven't seen
I have.
Oh, you have. All right,
I
it
have.
is. It is tear inducing. It's all about like how our memories can fade. Our memories are always there, but the thing that we want is always going to go away and stuff like that. It's always about like trauma and stuff like that. It's really tender and really brilliant. I always recommend it. It always gets me here whenever I hear walking in the air and stuff like that. It's just amazing. So that's my list.
That's a great list. That is a really bloody good list, Gary. Some great choices in there. I think I have one or two similar to yours as well. Leah.
I kind of scrambled to put together a list, but
That's
yeah,
cool.
this is basically going to be all the things. Although I did forget about the snowman, but yes, I
feel free
have
to
seen
add
that one.
that,
I
yeah.
love the music to that one.
Yeah.
So some of these are going to be similar. So How the Grinch Stole Christmas, the Dr. Seuss cartoon. Just like the weapons grade nostalgia for that one as well, because yeah. Small One, which was a Disney inspired thing that when Don Bluth was still working with them, that one was just a really sweet story where it was a boy and his donkey, but the donkey's old, so his father tells him, take it to the market, sell it off for a couple of silver coins, and the boy's trying to find a good owner for the donkey. And it turns out that he ends up selling the donkey to Joseph. So it's the donkey that takes Mary to Bethlehem. So it was really sweet. But yeah, so the boy's crying and saying goodbye to his donkey, but he's happy that he found. Excuse you, but he's happy.
I apologize.
But he's happy that he's sad that he's saying goodbye to his donkey, but he's happy that he found someone who was going to be kind to him.
Yeah. That's sweet.
The Animaniacs Christmas special. Annabelle's Wish.
That's so familiar.
That one is the one where it's a boy who lives on his grandfather's farm. And he had suffered some trauma that made it so that he was mute. He couldn't speak. And the way that it worked was on Christmas Eve, Santa would come to would use magic, because Santa is magic apparently. Gives the animals the capacity to speak for a single night. And the boy finds out about it.
I think I've seen that.
Yeah, the boy finds out about it, and there's this one baby cow that lives in the barn that he has a connection with, and he finds out on this one night that Annabelle can actually speak. But throughout this entire thing, he has like this wicked aunt that wants to take him away from the farm where he's happy, and on Christmas Eve, because the aunt's supposed to come on Christmas. On Christmas Eve, he goes to see the barn, goes to see Annabelle, while she can talk. And this one night she can't talk, and he's like, what? He doesn't get it. And then like the next day, there's a package that's underneath the tree, and he opens it up, and the magic dust spills out, and he has the capacity to speak again. Annabelle gave up her ability to speak so that the boy could.
Oh, wonderful.
So it was just like, oh my God.
Yeah.
It gets me in the feels.
Yeah, I bet.
The Year Without a Santa Claus.
Never heard of that one.
Yeah, a lot of people haven't for some reason. It's made by the same people who made Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, the claymation one. Yeah. It's made by Rankin Bass. It's the same people who made that one. The Year Without a Santa Claus. Santa thinks that the world doesn't need him anymore. so he stops. He tells the toy shop to shut down and everything. He just thinks that the world has become too worldly and they don't need him anymore.
Damn fascist.
I know, it's horrible. And what ends up happening is two of his elves take one of the reindeer, go off, to like some random town somewhere, and they're like, we want to find people who still think that Santa Claus is. So they're talking to a whole bunch of people, and of course a lot of them are adults, and they're like, I haven't believed in Santa in years. And even it's like even one of the kids is just like, that's kid stuff. It's just like, you're 10, but it's just like it's just so cute. And at the same time, they managed to talk to like the mayor and everything. He's just like, tell you what, it's like, I'll drum up popularity for Santa if you can get it to snow here. And so the elves are just like, okay, well, well. Okay, great. That means that we have to talk to the Miser brothers, who are, these two beings that can control the cold weather and the hot weather, respectively. So first they talk to the Heat Miser, and it's like, can you dial it back so that snow can fall here? It's just like, no. It's like, okay, fine, so they go to the Cold Miser, and you've probably seen segments of this one. He's the one that says, I'm Mr. Cold Miser, I'm Mr. Snow. And it's like, okay, can you dial it back so that Heat Miser, because Heat Miser made a deal, it's just like, if you can allow it so I can have warm weather at the North Pole where Santa lives, then I'll let snow fall in the south. And and they're like, oh.
Yeah.
And they're like, we can't get this to happen. So Mrs. Claus is just like, okay, you know what? I'm gonna take the reins here. Literally, she takes the reindeer sleigh. She goes to Mother Nature, and she's just like, can you put a foot up your boys' asses? And she's like, oh, are they being mean? She's like, yes. And she's like, okay, fine. She summons them with a bolt of lightning, and she's just like, you're going to let snow fall in the south, and you're going to let it fall in the North Pole. And they're just like, I'm not going to do it. It's like, oh, yes, you are. So, so they listen to their mother, and they, it's like everybody, everything comes together. Santa actually, like, doesn't, like, approach all the houses in secret or anything. He, like, brazenly rides through the street with his reindeer and everything, and everybody's like, oh my god, he's real. So it's actually pretty awesome.
Nice.
The Charlie Brown Christmas.
Oh yeah.
I like that one just because it's like Charlie Brown's trying so hard to make things work and everything keeps going wrong. Everybody hates me for this one. The best Christmas movie is Gremlins.
Hey,
we're not doing films yet. We'll do films.
I don't
after.
care. I skipped it. All right.
All right, fair enough.
So yeah. So yeah. All right. Those are the animated ones. Okay.
Oh, that's lovely.
I forgot we had two lists.
Yeah, we're doing top 10 Christmas TV stuff and then top 10 films.
Okay.
Christmas films.
All right. I got my films later on. So.
Sweet. Yeah, lovely. No, that's great. I mean,
that list is shorter.
Yeah, no problem. Okay. So right. So my top 10. Cheeto's gonna love this one. X-Men. Have yourself a Morlock Little Christmas.
God, I knew it. I knew it.
But yeah, I like it for what it was. Then we have Seinfeld, The Strike.
Oh God.
Yeah, that was a great one. Number 8, we have Merry Christmas, Mr. Bean.
Okay.
And
oh, good. A good one.
Yeah, that's a classic. The one where he gets his head stuck in the turkey.
And,
with his girlfriend, she thinks she's going to buy him a ring, and it ends up being like a hook for a poster and all this kind of stuff. Fantastic episode. Number 7, got one of Xanta's. South Park, Red Sleigh Down. Fantastic episode. Yeah, just a great, don't need to go through it again. Xanta's pretty much explained it. Number 6, I've got Peep Show, Seasonal Grief Beatings. If you've never seen Peep Show, it's just phenomenal sitcom. They've got 9 seasons of it, and it's just like just batshit crazy. Just everyone's really shitty in it, especially like the main guys. So it's like our version of It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia before It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia happened, I think, or they ran around about the same time. But yeah, it's really good. It's like all the families gather into the flat and there's like arguments and just all hell breaks loose. Number 5, Only Fools and Horses, Heroes and Villains. That's the Christmas special where you have Del Boy and Rodney dressed as Batman and Robin, and they're running down the road.
Oh, that was a Christmas special. I would have added that to my list. I totally
yeah, that was the Christmas special, the one where they're running down the road as Batman and Robin, and they inadvertently save a woman from being mugged. And you get a great bit with Rodney is when he does the exact mannerisms of Burt Ward. Like, come on, Del Boy, we gotta go. And then they rush into this house all in fancy dress, but they were told wrong because they burst into the house and it's actually a funeral. So everyone's dressed up in black, and it's a somber occasion, and they're sitting at this funeral dressed as Batman and Robin from the 60s, and it's just the best Only Fools and Horses episode ever made for me. I love it, and the fact that it's a Christmas special, even better. Number 4, I don't know if many of you ever heard of this show. It's massive in Canada. It's Trailer Park Boys, and it's their Christmas special. Trailer Park Boys is basically, it focuses around 3 dudes that are kind of grown up in trailer park, and 2 of the guys, they're always getting in trouble. They never have like proper jobs. They're always doing crimes. One's always obsessed with growing weed and selling it. The other one's just doing all these kind of different scams, and then their friend Bubbles gets caught up in the middle of everything as well. And it's just, for me, one of my all-time favorite sitcoms. It's up there in my top 5. And the Christmas special was fantastic. They're just basically breaking into cars and stealing presents, and it's like a prequel. So it's a prequel to the series. So it takes part a couple of years before the main series takes part. And it's just funny shenanigans. Basically, it's difficult to explain it unless you've watched it. But number 3, I've got The Office UK Christmas Special Part 1 and 2. They were absolutely fantastic episodes. I love the Office UK. Couldn't get into the American one, but the Office UK was great. And the 2 Christmas special episodes were awesome. Number 2, I've got the Father Ted Christmas Special, which Father Ted, again, one of the greatest sitcoms ever made. Yeah, and their Christmas special was absolutely fantastic. When all the priests accidentally end up in the like women's underwear part of the shopping of the like the super big superstore kind of shop, and they just like have to break out from there, and all this kind of stuff. It's just brilliant farcical comedy, and just all around hilarious. And number 1, of course, Bottom, and its Christmas episode, and this is just absolute perfection. Any kind of crazy shit you can imagine. And the best bit is when somebody knocks on the door and they think it's somebody coming in for charity, and they open to see a little baby, and as they're trying to comfort the baby and all this kind of stuff, there's like a scene where the guy kind of comes to this weird realization, thinking that it is the second coming of Christ.
I remember now.
Yeah, and the 3 Eddie, Spudgun, and Hedgehog are wearing like them paper crowns that you get in crackers.
And he's a virgin. Oh yeah, I remember.
Yeah, exactly. The guy's a virgin, and he's wearing a towel. You're all wearing crowns. It's like gold, Frankenstein, and grr. And I'm a virgin. All this kind of stuff. So, just absolutely brilliant episode. If you ever watch it, you've got to watch the uncut version where it has all the extra scenes in it. And yeah, that's my Christmas TV specials and episodes. Shredder has joined us all on this stream. It's an editing miracle. And that being said, Shredder, let's have your top 10 favorite Christmas TV specials, TV episodes.
Okay, well, let's start off with number 10, and quite probably the best comedy about religion of all time, and it's got to go. Number 10 spot has to go to Father Ted, A Christmassy Ted.
Yep, that's a great one.
Number 9, again, classic British comedy. It's Blackadder's Christmas Carol.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, that's a good one.
Number 8, we're going across the pond to the US of A, and it's Parks and Recreation, Christmas Scandal.
I love Parks and Recreation. What was that episode? What happens in that one?
Oh God, now you're putting me on the spot here.
Sorry.
No, that's fine. There's a massive scandal at the Parks Department during the Christmas period, and Leslie is in a lot of trouble. Ron has to try and get her out of it.
Right. Yeah, I think I remember it. I'll have to go back and watch it. I love Parks and Recs anyway,
Yeah.
so it doesn't take much for me to go back and rewatch it. Okay, that's a good one. Next.
Okay, my number 6 on this list, and let's face it, probably more than a few members of NerdTube have spent Christmas behind bars. So we're going to prison for Porridge and their Christmas special, No Way Out.
Oh, okay. Yeah, again, great choice. Great choice. I vaguely remember it, but that's a good choice. Yeah. Yeah. Cool. Next.
Number 5 on this list, and we're going into the realms of animation this time. And this pick is going to be Beavis and Butthead Do Christmas.
I don't remember it, unfortunately. But yeah, I'm sure it's a good one. Okay,
Oh,
cool.
it's got everything. Letters to Santa Butthead, and hang on. I think I said that was my number 5. It's actually number 6 on my list. Sorry,
All right. That's fine.
because I've only done 4. So 10, 9, 8, 7. Yeah, Porter's number 7.
Yeah.
Beavis and Butthead's number 6. Number 5 on the list. Again, the realms of animation. This is one aimed at a younger audience, but one I still thoroughly enjoy, and it's A Pinky and the Brain Christmas.
Oh, I don't remember that one. Yeah, I'll have to remember it. But cool. Yeah. Okay.
Number 4, we go back to live acting for this one, and it's Black Mirror, White Christmas.
That's a good one. Yeah.
Number 3, these last 3 are all going to be animated, just for a spoiler.
Oh,
But
okay.
number 3, I've tried to stick to one per franchise. So number 3 on my list is going to be Ed, Edd and Eddy's Jingle, Jingle, Jangle. Number 2, and it's King of the Hill. And I had 2 choices for this one, but I decided to go with, ultimately, Pretty Pretty Dresses as my number 2 choice for Greatest Christmas Episode. And number 1, of course, it's got to be none other than The Simpsons. And quite probably, you've got a great choice of Christmas episodes for that entire franchise. But the best of all, in my opinion at least, has got to be Marge Be Not Proud.
What happens in that one?
That's the one where Bart shoplifts and steals a video game.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's a great episode. Yeah, nice. Oh, lovely. That was a great choice of top 10. Very quite different to what everyone else has picked as well. And everyone loved your list. They were absolutely brilliant. Such a variety, which is nice. Normally when you do some things like this, you get like an overlap. But the fact that there's a lot of different things in it, I thought it was really good. If you're watching down below, in the comment section, put your favorite TV Christmas specials episodes as well. We want to know. And on that, we're going to move into movies.